New video out tonight that shows some of what happened between Albany Police and Dontay Ivy the night he died last April.
That's the night he was tasered while being arrested, and the video comes out 2 days after a grand jury refused to indict the police officers involved.
We have team coverage tonight. You can see Torie Wells has the video that was viewed today with Albany Police.
And Jennifer Lukey is outside a rally where people are demanding justice as they see it in the Dontay Ivy case. We're going to start, though, with you, Torie, if we can. What does the video show and why the release now?
First, I want to just show you the crowd that is gathered here in front of the police department. They're chanting, "Let us in." And as you mentioned, Den Lukey's going to have their message in just a minute. About that video, though, in it, you do see police officers and Donald Ivy running through the street at one point. You see officers performing CPR at another point. Other than that, though, it's difficult to know exactly what's going on because some of that video is dark, it's grainy, or it's blocked by another police car. Albany Police say this video shows the night Donald Ivy was stopped, then tasered by police. Chief Brendan Cox says he decided to release this video after hearing this from Ivy's family in an interview yesterday.
I saw the police taking their batons, beating him like this, beating him on his leg. The part that got me more than anything is when I saw an officer spit on him in the video.
Certainly our hearts still go out to the Ivy family, and we know they're still grieving, and we know they've been through a lot of trauma, but there's some things that were said that aren't accurate.
Police showed us 3 angles. This one from a nearby building shoots down the street. In the distance, you can see a police car. The chief says this is when officers first stop Ivy because they think he could be carrying a gun. He says the conversation begins fine, but then turns when officers try to pat Ivy down. They try to taser him, and he runs. You can see that from this angle, too. The chief admits both of these videos are dark, grainy, and far away. This is the last video police showed us from a police dash cam. We're going to freeze it as this officer pulls up.
At this point, they're struggling to get him into custody.
This shot is partially blocked by another car. Police tell us what we can't see is Ivy on the ground with an officer or two holding his feet. Right here, where you can see some more movement, police say officers realize Ivy is in distress. We're slowing this part down to show you this.
The one officer's head kind of popping up and down. They are starting CPR.
Paramedics arrived shortly after.
This is a night nobody wanted to happen. As officers didn't want that to happen. We didn't want that to happen. But nobody was beating Mr. Ivy down with batons, and nobody spit on Mr. Ivy.
Police tell us this is the only video they have from that evening. They tell us body cameras, of course, would have been helpful here, and that is the plan for this department in the coming months and coming years. Now, there have been quite a few questions about the taser in this incident. The chief told us that the taser was used 5 times but didn't work, used with the prongs and the wires. He says officers then used the taser in a stun drive mode twice, and that did work. We are live in Albany. Torie Wells, CBS 6 News.